I imagine that was somewhat of, getting to work across these teams having such a high impact in this realm in the direction of a company is relatively different from your time on the bench. You
Yeah,
got a
you
chance
can
to
say
see
that.
both sides. Which one's more fun?
Well, Sammy, let me just paint you a picture a bit about my life before Facebook and my life at Facebook. So I mentioned at Facebook that by the end, I was leading a team of several hundred people. We were in courtrooms all over the world on any given day. The company itself had grown to probably, I'm going to guess, don't hold me to this, 50 or 1,000 or more employees. It was a large, sprawling, complicated beast of an organization. And, we were a tech company first and foremost. And so the means of communication were, entirely or almost entirely online, 24/7, WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger, you name it, all firing at me through my phone, all at the same time. In contrast, life before Facebook involved my sitting in a literally what was called a chambers, um, spending most of the day actually in the courtroom wearing a robe, and being announced as I entered, where my deputy would call the courtroom to order, and people would stand as I came into the courtroom and laugh at the jokes that I would tell whether they were funny or not. And all of that would ultimately conclude with my retiring back to Chambers at the end of the day to sit with maybe my two law clerks, my deputy, and maybe one or two interns. So it was a much more of a cloistered existence
Yep.
where my responsibility was to deliberate, literally, right? Read
Yeah.
precedents and case law, write very detailed opinions. And so to go from that world to a world of 140 or 280 characters, and issues and people coming at me from all directions was about as much of a shock as I could have possibly engineered. But I loved it, and I wouldn't have
Wow.
traded it for the world.